Hey, back again. Got off work early. Think I'm going to go try and get a muzzleloader hunt in. There's a cow season open. It's a good area on the way up to the cabin, so might as well go unplug too. Come on, let's see what happens. So here we are out in the woods. Burned off a little of my excitement coming up through the draw over here and coming back to my truck. So we're going to try a couple more spots, and it's kind of interesting. I don't usually muzzleloader hunt, but this year we had, 2 weeks ago, we probably had a foot of snow in this same area here. And as you can see, now it's all dried up and kind of cleared up. It's a little foggy still. But yeah, it was pushing 60 for the last couple of days. It's about 40 now. So it's kind of an odd year. And I don't know what we're going to see, but we might see something. All right, home sweet home for tonight. I'm going to take the bridge across to get to the cabin, and I'll show you some of my half-assery, so I apologize if it gets a little Blair Witchy on the way over, because we're going to be walking in instead of going up the muddy driveway, because everything thawed. See our little creek's running good. We're going to swing over here and grab some birch bark that my wife and I have stashed, just because it gets the fire going easier. It'll get it going even if it's wet out. Here we are. Wave at the camera. We always leave a few items around, like the lantern and the matches. Birch bark is great stuff. It's going to take a minute to warm up so it'll draw and go up the chimney, and we'll be set. Usually I open the door for this. And it looks like we're drawing, so time to go get some more stuff. All right, dinner is going. It's up here. That's some leftover enchiladas. Not everything is all fancy and cooked and chef quality. Sometimes you just warm up some leftovers when you get here. So I'll get some other stuff ready and show you some more about our half-asser. That's right, we have a generator. We're 2 miles from the nearest power pole, but we got our own little power plant. And I wired the cabin to run off a generator power, just like an RV. So here we go. We're plugged in. And we have lights. So time to go get the rest of the stuff while dinner heats up and show you some more little tricks of half-ass off. We also have a propane heater. I just got the pilot lid on that. I'm a little flinchy about propane because I was in a propane explosion a few years ago. In a camp trailer on this property. I had to drive like 30 miles to a friend's house just to think I could take a shower, but ended up going to the hospital over that one. But it's plumbed in, and we got a tank outside. I don't know if you can see it, but it's set up just like natural gas or just like propane in a house. And it adds a whole dimension of heat to this place. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. It'll be toasty warm here in a little bit. Looks like dinner is cooking along nicely. I can smell it already. It could be the fan, but it's hard to say. So while we're in here letting this warm up, if you notice, the boards and this little shelf that I made, those all came out of our sawmill. We had some beetle kill at our property at home that made this really nice blued pine. And then this is spruce, actually, that came from the national forest that's near us. And we're getting close to getting done. We still have a few more rows to go upstairs, but we've got the main part done. And I also made this little coat hook. That was pretty cool. I used those tenon cutters that we used to make our wood box. But we're trying to get everything finished up. This will all eventually be boards, just like the walls. And I think it's going to turn out great. So as you can see, a mix of old and new, no matter where you go in here. Everybody's put to bed for the night. We'll have a little dinner and watch The Revenant. Don't know if you can see him back there, but there's a little buck. Here. There, maybe now you can see him. But at least one made it through the season. That's a plus, but not really what we're looking for. So as you can see, we woke up to snow this morning. Got about 3 inches here. I've been cutting deer tracks and I saw the one deer. The biggest challenge I've had is keeping my nipple dry, because I have a more traditional muzzleloader, because this state at one time required exposed nipples, which is ironic because this state also will do just about anything to keep any nipple covered. So I've been trying to keep this puppy dry and make sure that if the chance comes, I can take a shot, but it's just getting a little wet. I'm a little wet, so I'll probably just cruise around, do some scouting in the middle of the day and see if there's somewhere in the afternoon that I can check out. The snow's supposed to let up this afternoon and it's supposed to clear out, so things should be moving. We'll see what happens with that. But it's kind of interesting seeing, you know, the deer tracks around, because it looks mostly like right now it's just bucks cruising, probably cruising for those last few does that haven't been bred yet. And like I said before, at least somebody made it through the season, so there should be hunting next year. So we'll just see what happens. So this is what the cabin looks like all cleaned up. We left the generator on so that we could get some good pictures of it. But there's the whole shebang. We got the futon that we sleep on, little island that my wife made that serves as our table and where we store all of our food underneath. She refinished a cedar chest there. That's where we keep, you know, all the really cold weather stuff like the Pendleton wool blankets and whatnot. Then we have his and hers nightstand with appropriate decor. That's where we put our duffel bags when we get here. And of course the TV, you've seen that. The propane tank and the propane heater that goes outside and gets hooked up when we run that. The attic stairs that goes up into the attic. It's full of a bunch of stuff. Mostly cots, extra sleeping bags, things like that. We plan on getting that finished this year. And then we just have a little bit of decor, and pretty simple up here. We got everything cleaned up so that we could leave it for the winter. I guess we'll see if we get cabin fever and have to go to our cabin, or hopefully the lakes freeze and we can do a little ice fishing. There's a couple of really good lakes up here. And that cabinet over there is full of first aid stuff. I mean, pretty much anything other than, oh my God, we need life flight, we can take care of it up here. So it's time to go outside, kill the generator, fill it up, put it away, and close it up for winter. Got a little bit of extra firewood in here just in case we get up here. So thanks for watching. So these little guys are camp robbers. They're very lucky. You should never ever mess with a camp robber. At least that's what my grandpa said. So we found a couple of hot dog buns that were back in the shelves and decided to get rid of them and leave them a little gift, a little Christmas present, if you will. Because supposedly, if you take care of them, they'll take care of you. Well, we're all packed up and ready to go plug back in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ask any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.